So here is our illustration. It is drawn, lined, and ready to go. I already have my colors. I went ahead and did some swatches before going in and recording, just because I didn't want to waste time recording, trying to figure out what colors that I wanted. So you can kind of take a look there. That's like my barf rainbow, figuring out my colors. And we're just gonna jump right into it. The pig is going to be this dusty pink, and the darker parts are gonna be the pastel rose. So let's fill in all of that first. I like this dusty pink. It's like the perfect color. So before putting this on paper, I did quite a few different sketches. I first sketched this out in my sketchbook to get the main concept in, and after I sketched it in my sketchbook, I pulled it up on Procreate on my iPad, and I basically cleaned it up, finalized how I wanted things, and figured out the right proportions on things. Like, I changed some sizes on some stuff, and I also did a color test on there. I already knew somewhat the colors that I wanted, but I kind of wanted to test them out and figure out exactly what I was gonna do, because I had a few ideas. Is that starting to bleed? You know, this always happens, and I don't know if I'm waiting or if I'm not waiting long enough for it to dry, but it was sitting here a good, I don't know, 30-40 minutes before I came and started putting more color down. So I don't know what's up with that. If you know more about markers and you know why that's happening, let me know. Or I don't know if maybe it's the liner I'm using. I'm using the Copic multi-liner, and it's made for alcohol-based markers, so I would assume it wouldn't bleed with this. So I don't know what's going on. I don't use alcohol markers all that often. I definitely knew that I wanted to keep it more of a pastel look. Ooh, why does that not look like the same color? It looks so vibrant suddenly, which is really odd, because I feel like it doesn't look, it looks more vibrant. Is this the right color? Pastel rose. That's so weird. I'm wondering if maybe these dry darker. I'll have to wait until it's completely done to really know if it does or doesn't, but that's way more vibrant than it shows on the page over there. Anyways, what do I want to talk about? I don't know. Oh, I didn't color his tail. Whoops. My bad. This side feels so dry. Such a difference. These were the first alcohol markers I got. It's the Spectrum Noir markers, and honestly, I cannot stand them. Like, their tips have gone to total shit, and I've barely even used them. Just saying. Maybe I can layer the dusty pink like a few times, or do the dusty pink and this one, and then the dusty pink again. I forgot to go up into the nose also and blend that out. Cool. The piggy, so cute. So that's the pig colors. Then we're gonna do the table, which is light periwinkle. This is one of my favorite colors. I was really bummed out because when I got this color, it was already a little bit dry, so I'm sure people were like testing it out a lot. But the good thing is that these Blick markers do have refills, so I can get a refill. I was gonna do this originally with my paint markers, but I tried to test out the paint markers on the paper beforehand, which thankfully I did, because the paint markers ended up ripping up the paper, and so that didn't work out. And then I thought about doing this in watercolor, and I thought about my markers because I haven't used them in a while, so they're over there sitting collecting dust. Yay! I really need to get a refill for this because I love this color. And I think they have the regular periwinkle, so I'm wondering what that one looks like in comparison to this one. Then what did I have for the cone? I think I had, yeah, I think I wanted to do the lighter one. I wonder what it looks like all three of them mix. Because I kind of like this one, but I kind of like this one. So I'm wondering if I throw all three of them down, what that would look like. I just feel like I don't have the right color for a waffle cone. I kind of like that. Gives it a little grainy look too, and the waffle cone kind of looks like that, so I think that'll be cool. I think I'll just layer the three. So I did BR1, and then BR2, which gives it a more vibrant brown when this is put on top. But I want it to be lighter is the thing, which is why I put this taupe color, because once you put this one on top, it slightly lightens it, which I actually find kind of interesting. That's a nice waffle color. Okay, I'm kind of jumping like all over the place because I want to jump up here, but I should just finish the ice cream, obviously. So I had FN9, I had the pastel rose with the blender to make strawberry ice cream. I did the wrong one. That's supposed to be the chocolate one. Darn. Okay, maybe you can't tell. We'll see. And all the ice creams I actually put the blender on top of because I wanted to make them look lighter. I felt like my colors weren't as light as I wanted them to be. And it's kind of interesting because you can't tell right off the bat, but when you look at the swatch, you can see that it makes it more grainy. And I like that for ice cream. Now I'm wondering if mixing all those three is a good idea, because this marker kind of blends in. At least I feel like it when I look at it. So hopefully this lightens it up enough. I think it looks like it's lightening up enough to be able to tell the difference between the chocolate ice cream and the cone. And there's also going to be chocolate sauce on top. So I got to find my darkest brown for that, which I forgot to do beforehand. And then I got ivory for the vanilla. This is totally making me want some ice cream. And like I said, I put the blender on top of all of them. And I need my darkest brown. Got it. I'm gonna use the nib side on this. That is very dark. You can barely even tell that's brown, but I did say I wanted my darkest brown. I guess that'll do. And I also didn't pick my red for my cherry. Tisk tisk. Should we do cherry pink? It just seems suiting because of the name. Ooh, yeah, that's totally a perfect color. That is literally the perfect cherry color. And then we got the umbrella in the background, and we're done. So I wanted to do these in a certain order. And I think that was yellow. And I made sure these were all very pastel because the table was pastel and the pig is pink, so I just felt like having a pastel color palette really would just fit. It's a little more green than yellow. I mean, it's a green yellow, but this is the same paper, and I feel like the colors look so different. That's so weird. It's very, very weird. What am I doing wrong? I don't know. And then I'm getting the same, wow, that's vibrant. The same pink from the pig, but the darker parts of the pig. I wonder if I'm using the wrong side of the paper. Shoot. Or if I use the wrong side of the paper when I swatched them. Shoot. I'm pretty sure that has to be the thing, is that where I'm coloring it and where I swatched it were different sides of the paper, because the colors just don't look the same. They definitely look different. They look more vibrant on this one. No, actually. It's because I did the wrong one. I was supposed to do the same one as the pig because it's more pastel. I'm sure it'll be fine either way. No biggie. I feel like some of these are starting to get dried out. Hopefully these look as different as they do on the other paper, because I'm going to be adding a blue background, I guess you can call it. It's just like a shape in the back. So background, silhouette, I don't know. Yeah. What is left is the background. But I have been in between which shape I want in the back, and I don't know which one, because I can do the round one or the square one. The round one looks cleaner, but the square one kind of looks like it's breaking out of the border if I do like a smaller square. I think I'm gonna do the oval one. Should I freehand it? Oh, that's nerve-wracking. I should probably sketch it first. I should sketch it. What pencil is this? Okay. Oh, this is terrible. Blue coal erase? I mean, it's gonna be blue, so sure. Okay. I don't know where to start. You know, it's easier on Procreate to do a shape because you just have to hold it and it like basically clicks in place. Okay, that's not looking good. Oh, what's happening? It's not quite looking right. What if I do like an arch instead? I was gonna do something else, but let's combine my two ideas. I feel like I can get something a little more even that way. I gotta do something about this up here. That looks crazy. Shoot. I'm sorry that my paper is like flipping in every possible direction. I'm trying to get this arch properly put in, and it's a bit tricky. Oh, is that right? That doesn't look bad. I kind of think I want to bring, this bottom piece instead of all the way to the bottom. Cut it out here, here, here. I think we'll go with that. So I already know that I'm gonna go over this twice because I do feel like the table, while it's not the same, it's similar, and I'm hoping that by going over it twice it will make it darker and you can distinguish them a bit better. And now I go the other one. I know nothing about markers. I've done like 2 or 3 marker illustrations. I really like them. I just don't know how to properly use them. So please teach me. Give me tips. I was trying to make my videos shorter by skipping the sketching phase and sketching it off camera, but I don't know what you guys will like better, if you like just seeing the sketch done and then seeing me color it, or if you like going through the sketch process with me. So let me know so I know what to do for future videos. I do feel like sketching it off camera makes the video significantly shorter, because when I do a video, it does take me anywhere from 1 to 3 hours depending on what it is that I'm doing. So my last video that was just sketching took me an hour to record, which isn't bad. You can totally see how crazy all my strokes are. So I'm sure the way that I'm doing it is not right. But I don't care because I like the way it's coming out anyways. Hey people upstairs. You do know you have neighbors downstairs. You know, in apartments you can never win, because if you live downstairs then you have to deal with like a whole bunch of noise. But if you live upstairs then you're getting complaints because of all the noise, especially if you have kids. Okay. That's the first layer, basically. It looks so cute. We're gonna go in with this chisel tip. Okay, hold on. We're gonna fix or fill in these areas around the tail first. Probably in here too. Oh my goodness, I keep touching all these other spots, which I'm not and trying to, and it's totally just happening. I can see when you're quick enough, you can see the colors blending, like bleeding into each other with every pass you do. So I'm wondering if that's why mine's looking so streaky, because maybe I'm trying to cover too big of an area at once. So let's just go in and fill in this whole bit with little strokes and see what that looks like. Aqua base markers are a bit tricky, man. I think I'll go over the piggy one more time because it doesn't look very even. I mean, neither does the background, but I guess the background doesn't matter as much to have to be even because it's not anything specific. It's literally just a shape. So I'm just gonna go in and fill all these areas and try to give it a nice smooth color. That looks better. I'm debating if I should go in one more time in the back and try to fill it in more. Okay, finally painted the background like a million times. All right, it is now done. This is what it looks like. I think it came out pretty cute. The color's not super flat, but it is one of my first times really doing illustrations with the markers. But I think the idea is very cute. And I think I definitely executed it just how I thought it should look. Shout outs to my bestie for helping me out with tweaking a few things that I just wasn't sure of. But yeah, I'm happy with it. I hope you guys like it, and I hope you come join me again for some more art videos. Bye guys!